Hey guys, this is Mike.
And this is Miguel.
And this is Brews'N Reviews.
Today's beer is Goose Island's Green Line Pale Ale. It's made by Goose Island, which it's from Chicago. So the beer is really good. Surprisingly
Delicious.
very good. It's the first time we actually try it. It's an amazing beer. It's refreshing. It's pretty smooth too. It's a little bit different from what we're used to. We recommend it. It's really good though.
Everyone should get it. On this episode, we're reviewing Wonder Woman.
The movie was based off the 1940s comic book character from William Morton.
Directed by Patty Jenkins.
Surprisingly, it was written by Zack Snyder. Also working on the script was Jason Fox and Alan Heinberg.
The movie stars Gal Gadot, Chris Pine, Danny Houston, Elena Anaya, and more. The first category would be cinematography and soundtrack. Cinematography was done by Matthew Jensen, and the soundtrack's done by Rupert Williams.
So the cinematography was a little bit different than what we're used to in DC films. There was a lot more color. It was a lot. The color didn't seem too dark. They used a lot more like brightness, a lot more everything, which it made it feel almost like if it wasn't an actual DC film.
It was amazing. The cinematography was beautiful. The wide shots, the angles, everything was great.
The soundtrack was, of course, amazing. Everything we expect from DC films. They had like a lot of symphonies, a lot of old music that they brought back. It was just, I really liked it. I really liked it. What did you think?
The soundtrack is amazing. I love the Wonder Woman sound from the Batman vs. Superman movie. And that's it. That's the one. And the whole score was just right on. Rupert did a great job.
It was a very, very well done, very, very well organized, very well put together. So for this one, we're going to give, for this first part, a full beer. The next part is the CGI, makeup, and costumes. So that's the next part we'll be reviewing. So the CGI was actually very well done. There was a little bit of very few flaws with it. Not that much. What's it called? The costumes were actually very well done. The World War era is always an amazing part for the costumes, and I thought they did it very well. The explosions were on point. Everything felt organic. Nothing felt too far off.
I agree. The costumes in general were beautiful for that time era. The CG honestly wasn't too bad. It was actually really good, especially in the beginning. It does get a little weak at times, but it's minor flaws.
It's to the point where everything kind of takes your mind off of the CGI, so you don't really put too much attention to it.
We rate this one also a whole beer. Yeah.
Bam!
Boom! Next is the characters and the acting.
Which we pretty much are going to review the actors, like how they did, and as well as character development during the whole film. So the character-wise, I thought it was very well done. There was a few twists in the end that you were you didn't expect. A few things you foresaw, but again, a lot of the stuff was very well put together. A lot of the characters had very small screen time, but at the same time, enough to pull you in. That's what I always like.
The chemistry between Diana and Steve, you really felt their emotions going up from the beginning to the end. And the characters between Wonder Woman and her mother was also something that really, really pulled you in.
It was very organic as well, the relationship between her and her mother. You felt the struggle as a parent. And with Steve, who was played by Chris Pine, with him and Diana, who was Gal Gadot, was actually, it was a very, very nice chemistry between both of them. And I felt through the whole thing, the chemistry was well done. It was just amazing. Like, it was really, really good to the point where, like, whoever wrote these characters should just keep writing all the films for all DC. Just, like, let them write everything.
And surprisingly, it is. Zack Snyder. Right?
Yeah.
It's kind of fucked up. We also give this one a full beer and a chug. The next category is settings. The movie was taking place in World War I, where honestly I didn't think would be okay until we saw Captain America, and it was a period piece that I didn't think anyone would really go as an average moviegoer, but it really fucking works.
Like, the old war movies, actually, like, they always interest a lot of people, but as a comic book character, you're like, all right, which way should you go? So you have from the Amazons back to England, to London, to to Berlin, to all over, like, Germany, pretty much, and during the World War I area, of course. And it was very well done. Like, even they had small towns. They visited small towns and stuff like that. So the setting was actually very, very, very good, in my opinion.
We also give this one a whole beer. Oh yeah.
Bam! Right there.
Next we have storyline.
So we're going to do this without spoiling. So if you want to stick for the spoilers, make sure you go after our review. We'll spoil the whole movie for you guys. Everything. We'll tell you every single little detail.
Everything.
No dirty secrets. So the storyline was actually very, very well done as well. There's not much you could judge wrongly about Wonder Woman. It took place in a very obscure area where afterwards she's, I guess, confronted by the real world. So from there she has to take a decision of going to the real world and fighting along with men to protect the world, pretty much.
Wonder Woman at an early age has been told stories growing out through her whole life of what reality is. And then she finds this other whole world and she has to kind of grasp what's really going on in reality. And she learns valuable lessons along as everyone else around her, you know.
It's almost like, like taking somebody away from this world, showing them a few stories and stuff like that, keeping them to a certain thing, and then bringing them to this world. So everything's new to her, everything's different. There's a lot of humor in it. Which I really, really liked. The humor was organic and it was actually very well done.
Yeah, it wasn't forced at all.
It was not forced. They should really take lessons for like the whole franchise and like about how this film was done, and it was just amazing.
Beautiful. For the storyline, we give it a full beer and another chug.
If we could, we would give it more than one beer, but we're limited to one beer per category.
And we give it more chugs, but we get drunk. Up next is the conclusion, what we thought. Overall, from beginning to end, it was one of the best DC movies I've ever seen. Underneath the Dark Knight. It's definitely better than Batman Begins.
It goes like this. It's like very, very close. It is one of the best DC films of all time. It's one of the actual best comic book movies of all time. Easily top 10 overall. Over every franchise put together, like even independent superhero movies and comic book movies. It's very great, and it's nice to be seen, or it's nice to see that a woman is taken so highly in the comic book universe, because I mean you don't really get that. So it was amazing. If I could, I would dress up like Wonder Woman to go see the film, but I'm pretty sure nobody would want to see that.
I don't have the boots.
I don't have anything except a tiara, but I almost had the hair once. Oh, you got the hair.
I got the hair.
You got the hair.
And the beard.
But Wonder Woman, the conclusion for it was that it was an amazing film from beginning to ending. You don't look away from the screen at all. There's not a dull moment in the film. There's enough jokes and enough well-written story to keep you entertained. The action, which there's a lot of action as well. There's a lot of action. There's a lot of gunfire. There's a lot of explosions. There is
twists and turns.
There's a lot.
It's amazing.
It's a lot of twists in there. Very, 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 very well thought out. Very.
And the whole 2 hours and 21 minutes, it flew by like an hour and a half. It's from beginning to end, like you said, it goes right through, and there's no stopping it. It's beautiful.
I didn't even know it was 2 hours. I honestly didn't even feel like it was 2 hours, which was, it's something you want to see. It's something you want to feel. You go into a movie, you're like, oh shit, it was 2 hours. Didn't feel like it.
Not at all. Not at all. It flowed so great. It's definitely one of the best fucking DC movies we got.
By far. So for this category, what are we going to rate it?
Alright. Better do it.
A whole full another beer. So Wonder Woman is the very first movie to win the whole 6-pack. 6 straight beers, 6 out of 6. Amazing movie. Definitely go check it out. Take your kids, take your sons, because even your sons will like it. Take your daughters, take your grandparents, take your parents, take yourself.
Take your dog, take your cat.
Anybody you want. Like, go see it 5 times. It's definitely a great film. It's an amazing film, and you will not regret it.
No, don't bootleg it. Don't download. Don't wait for rental. I swear to you, go see this movie. It's fucking amazing.
If not, Tank will refund your money. Okay, so if you sat through the whole thing and you actually want to get the movie spoiled a little bit, or maybe you already seen it. Like, if you stayed after this, it's definitely because you've seen it. So, like, stay tuned. We'll talk a little bit about the spoilers, what surprised us, what didn't, what we didn't even know was going to be in the movie, and as well as what maybe could be in the future for Wonder Woman. So if you didn't go watch it, go watch it. Definitely a good movie. And if you did watch it, well, let the spoilers begin.
Alright guys, if you guys are still watching it, the Sweaties, you're ready for the spoiler review.
So the first of all is, fucking Ares is in the movie. I didn't even know he was going to be in the movie. I didn't even think he was going to be in the movie. I didn't even read he was going to be in the movie. But he's in the movie.
It's fucking awesome.
And he's the main villain in the movie, which I didn't even know he was going to be the main villain. I thought it was going to be the other guy, the German guy.
Yeah.
What's it called? I didn't even know that Dr. Poison was going to be in it either. Like, I was just, like, surprised by the whole everything. I mean, you kind of knew that Chris Pine and Gal Gadot were going to have a little...
Yeah, they're going to have a little chemistry.
I mean,
obviously,
more than chemistry in that one scene.
Biology, yeah.
And there's a lot of, like, hints that, like, alright, it's going to happen between them two. So you know it's coming. And when it happens, you're like, alright, I would do the same thing if I was him.
Or if I was her.
Very, very clear. If I was her, I would do the exact same thing too. Have you seen Chris Pine? But what's it called? The movie, like, it takes place, like, it's like so weird because it catches you by off guard. Like, you're like, she's like, the whole point of Gal Gadot is that she goes into the world to fight Ares because he's supposed to be corrupted mankind. So you're like, you know what? There's no such thing as in Ares in here. So, like, it doesn't make sense.
Greek mythology is Greek mythology.
It's mythology, but then goddamn Ares is in it, and he's the last person you expect, even though the girl next to me was like, I bet you he's Ares. I'm like, shut up, man, you're gonna kill the movie. And then she's like, I knew it was him. She kind of whispered it, so it wasn't that bad. But I didn't know it was the old man with the cane that could barely walk. He's a goddamn god, which is so weird. But I mean, if you think of it, was Ares so wrong? Just kill all mankind?
Yeah, it's kind of like a Ra's al Ghul thing. Yeah, let's start over.
Let's just start over. Like,
this is my shit.
Yeah, this is mine. Let's kill everybody, this and that. But I mean, at the end, Gal's kind of like, for a minute she was like, you know what, you're kind of right. But at the end, she remembers Chris Pine. Like, she remembers that Chris Pine told her that he loved her before he flew in the plane. Yeah. To die.
Yeah, and I give it to Gal Gadot because she fucking pulled that off when she saw that he explodes, and she's just like, and it's like, I believe that.
And she was tied down by metal doors.
Yeah,
those metal doors wrapped.
She wasn't going nowhere. She should have went like this, and nothing would have happened.
But overall, it was a fucking amazing movie. Definitely go see it. You already know Aries is gonna be in it. Chris Pine is.
If you're still watching this, I hope you saw it already, because we're already spoiling it. So if you're still watching it, and if you're still watching this and you haven't seen this movie, yeah, don't blame us. We warned you.
Maybe we're lying to you.
Maybe Batman's in it. That's
true. That's true.
Nightwing.
My only thing is, with Ares, you know, like, so after she kills Ares, right? Literally, the American soldiers and the German soldiers start hugging, and it's like, are you goddamn serious?
World War One ended.
After World War One ended because Ares died, and then they literally started hugging moments after Ares died.
Yeah.
That was the only small little thing I had. I'm like, oh, you know. Plus the really bad CGI. When Diana falls.
Yeah.
When little Diana. Yeah, when she falls, which is one of the first scenes, you're like, damn, if this is gonna be CGI for the whole movie, this is gonna be pretty bad. We got a bad thing going.
Yeah.
No, like, you fix it.
And, you know, speaking of the beginning of the movie, I really love the CGI storytelling of the Greek mythology. That looks so badass. It looks almost like a motion comic or something.
Yeah.
It was so badass, and it wheeled me in right from the start.
Definitely. Like, that shit was fucking badass.
Yeah. I was like, I hope the whole movie's like this. Slow motion. You would think you get sick of seeing the slow motions, but you don't. You want more. You want more.
You do want more.
Like, yeah.
And, like, everything's very, very well put together. Like, when she takes the whole tank off by herself, and it went very well. Like you were like, oh, maybe it's just gonna be brutal force, but no, like, you could see why she did it. Like, everything had emotions behind it, which was amazing. If you want to nitpick a little bit of here and there, you know, you're like, okay, you know, like the German guys, the general, he had not the best German accent,
right?
But it was Germanish.
It was convincing enough.
I mean,
you know,
even Chris Pine had a better German accent.
He did. He had a great German accent.
That was a good scene when he went inside, you know, and when he went inside you, and he would pull the German accent to go inside. Big props, Chris Pine. And
when Chris Pine and Gal Gadot, I swear to you, I believe their chemistry together. Like, you see them kind of, you know, she's a little naive because she doesn't know what's kind of going on in London compared to the Amazon. But you could see their chemistry where it's like, yeah, it works. I believe it. You know, everything that we thought about Gal Gadot before this movie, like, no, she's a fucking actress.
Yeah. A lot of people, like, I was one of those people that was like, you know what, she's an okay actress.
Yeah, like, oh, she's a model.
She's beautiful.
Yeah.
She's an okay actress. She pulled it off very well. Although she did kind of hurt me as well as every man when she said the whole thing that they found that the Amazonians found out that men are only good for reproduction because satisfaction-wise we are horrible at it. That was not cool.
That hurt a little bit.
It may be true, but that is not cool to say.
You don't have to say it. Especially not from her. You don't want to hear that from Gal Gadot.
Okay, guys. Well, thank you for tuning into another episode. Once again, we would like to talk to you guys about Green Line Pale Ale. Great beer whenever you guys have a cookout, boys' night out, boys and girls' night out.
Check it out.
Definitely check it out. Amazing beer. Make sure you click on the details, which we're going to put them down below. Like, so that way you guys go to their page, find out a little bit more about them, and try it for yourselves. And let us know in the comments whether you liked it, whether you didn't, what beer you think we should try next. And
also the movie. Let us know what you guys thought of the movie, or if you're going to see it, if you're debating to see it. We want to know what the things that you like and the things that you don't. And make sure that you like it and share it.
Like, subscribe, share. Annoy everybody by sharing it crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows, maybe one day you'll be in this chair with Mike doing a review.
Mm-hmm. Drinking this beer.
There you go. So from us over at Brews and Reviews, until next time.
Peace.